Hey, what's up guys, TheCampingRusher here. Today we are focusing a lot on Chapter 6, some potential Battle Pass skins, collabs, and really everything we know about our new chapter. Of course, we are talking more about our live event, the one coming up in just a few days here, October 5th, 2 p.m. Eastern. There are some major spoilers in this video, but you can stick around for a little bit. I will warn you before we get to those spoilers. We learned a lot more about how the event's going to play out, potentially who even wins, who's going to be involved, and what we're actually going to be doing during this event. But I want to start with Chapter 6, and let's start with the new stuff, the Battle Pass, the skin stuff. So what we know is the code name for Chapter 6 is Fire Pedal, okay? It will include different bosses, a swinging mechanic, rappelling, and more. There is also like air dive, dodge, like all these different movement abilities that might be a part of Chapter 6. They were attached initially to a mode, an open world mode, codenamed Arnold. We don't know if this mode is scrapped, if they're going to be using any of these different movement abilities. I think prone was another one. If they're going to be using these for Chapter 6, there's a chance, so I do keep mentioning it because of that. There is going to be a wandering boss. That's really all we know about it. There's two sets of bosses. Assume this is for Chapter 6 Season 1, by the way. And then two bosses under FS and two more under P. So those are the code names. I mean, you can take your guesses if you want what these could mean, but really it's just a couple letters. So you're shooting in the dark here. Who knows what they'll end up being? But let's talk about Chapter 6 skins. So it looks like this season, based on the code name and based on the official concept surveys we have of new skins coming in the future, thanks to Epic Games, there's a lot themed around Japanese culture, samurai. Almost seems like mega realities involved in this somehow. So we're going to look at a bunch of those skins that fit that theme, and if the theme is correct, which we think it is, you can bet that a lot of these skins will be a part of our Battle Pass, and if not, will be sold in the item shop. So let me know what your favorites are. As I've been rambling, we're starting to scroll. Thanks to Cyan YT for going through all these and putting them all in one place so we can get an idea. I think there's a lot of potential here, a lot of good looking skins. I'm actually a fan, I'm not sure where you're at looking at the list here, but I'm a fan of a lot of the animal skins that they have going on here. I think a lot of them look really good, and you can see what I mean though, right? There's so many of this style in this one survey, and we really haven't seen any of these. This is how we have been correct multiple times in the past with guessing a future season theme. I think the question here is, when is this happening? When is this Japanese culture theme for a season happening? Not a matter of if. And because there's not really any other themes that are this obvious, we're thinking Chapter 6 Season 1 makes the most sense. So there's all the skins. I'll throw them all up kind of in one place as well, but it was nice to have all the high quality shots there, along with this one, just so you can see it all. And I've mentioned this a couple times recently, but just all Fortnite collabs that are rumored over the last few months, these are possibilities for Chapter 6 as well. And I'll name a couple because we've listed them recently a few times. Doc Ock, Peacemaker, Power Rangers, Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four could still be this season, by the way. Now, we got a new look at a possible locker redesign for Chapter 6. We've seen multiple looks at this. It keeps progressing, and people say it does look better. It's cleaned up a little bit. We still do miss the old version. I agree. However, I mean, better is better. However, it is weird. Everyone's pointing out that they now call locker my loadout, and a lot of people, I mean, I think it's a little bit of an overreaction. My loadout having, two words there instead of just locker does look a little weird. I mean, we're really nitpicking at this point. I do understand. I would prefer just keeping it as locker. I'm not sure why they're switching it to my loadout. Locker does look better. But if that's one of the main complaints, then I think this proves it is getting a little better. New Fortnite game modes have been announced by Epic. It's an entirely new game mode dropping later this year. So this will be probably with Chapter 6, but could be any time before January. And then there's going to be a new version of Fortnite Reload. So there's a new game mode, and then there's the new version of Reload. So that new game mode could be open world. Keep that in mind. But the reason they're announcing this is both of these modes are created with heavy use of UEFN and Verse to prepare Epic Games to create UEFN Battle Royale seasons in 2025. And a lot of people are saying, uh-oh, we're in trouble. This isn't good. Don't be worried. I've went over this many times. When they make the switch to fully using UEFN for Fortnite Battle Royale seasons, UEFN is going to be ready to handle that workload, okay? It's not the version we're seeing now. So I know it sounds scary, but it's not. It's going to be okay. It's not going to ruin the game forever. And these two modes hopefully will add confidence to the community once they show how good of modes and good of things they can make with a good UEFN. Now, keep in mind that we do have this leak from a while ago, upcoming Fortnite Reload map rotation update in a future mode, and we assume it's this big reload adjustment remake. There is going to be 2 maps at least that will rotate every 30 minutes. When you queue into reload, it'll show the current map, and then the second map, we don't know what it's going to be. Our assumption is a Chapter 2 version of reload, either happening with Chapter 2 OG starting in November or dropping after Chapter 2 OG is done, so the people who really enjoyed it can still go enjoy Reload. Reminder that there is a live event taking us from OG into Chapter 6. It will end with a black hole-like downtime that will last several hours. We don't know what type of event this is going to be. A lot of people are hoping it's not a big metaverse announcement promotion like last time. I hope there is some storyline to it. However, we really have no idea. The only thing we do know is it's going to involve Midas's doomsday device in some way, which makes sense because it is Chapter 2 OG, and this was one of the most famous live events from that chapter. And by the way, just speaking about OG2 quickly, the schedule for it launches November 2nd with OG2 Season 1. Then we've got Season 2 November 9th. That runs until November 23rd, Season 3, and then the live event will be November 30th, and our new chapter should kick off around December 2nd. Very exciting stuff. We got a lot more to talk about. Subscribe, turn your noties on, by the way. There's so much going on in the Fortnite world. I'm keeping you updated, trying to keep it all organized for you. I'm your guy. So we've got the live event this weekend. I will be live streaming it. I cannot wait. I can't believe we're getting a live event this quickly. It is more than a mini event. We're calling it a middle type of event. It's not big. It's not small. Here's the spoiler. There's your warning. Here it comes. Looks like the event is mainly an interactive boss fight. Doom will have a boss progress bar, speech bubbles, boss music, abilities, multiple attacks, and more. There will be 3 heroes fighting Doom, and it looks like as players we are going to help them, as there are mentions of ammo spawners. You can see this is where we'll be fighting Doom. Those are the different ammo spawners around the map. Either we're collecting those for ourselves, or we're going to be collecting them to help our heroes fight. I assume some of the Battle Pass guys, I assume Hope will be involved somehow as well. So it's going to be a team effort. We're taking on Doom. And a couple leaks here about some quests. For some reason, the Doom event quests, which are related to the story tab, is called Rally to Hope. Quest is investigate the tower ruins, and the quest text thing is loopers assemble. So, I mean, the Hope thing makes sense. The tower ruins, keep in mind that we are going to destroy the Doom Forge Tower during the event using Rift beacons. I know, I told you there's a lot of spoilers, right? That's why there was a warning. We know so much of what's going on here. But one thing we have discussed is we didn't know who's actually going to win this time. Is Doom going to take us down? Is the bad guy going to win for once? Or are the heroes going to be victorious again? There is a tag in the live event files saying that the heroes will cheer at some point. So I don't know if that's a middle of the event type of thing, or maybe they're celebrating at the end because, we took down Doom. That's a possibility. We'll have to wait and find out. Next here, the last big Marvel season update is now on staging servers, and this is the Fortnitemares update. But we did get the date wrong. It's looking like October 11th. So next week, Thursday night, Friday morning is going to be update night. I'll be making videos right away, of course, so don't you worry. You'll be updated as soon as things go live, as soon as downtime begins. We will probably still get a small 31.41 update, potentially for our second live event of the season. This isn't confirmed yet, but they did add it to the files, and there still is a code name for a live event that ends off this season and takes us into OG. So if you're doing the math, like we have basically 3 live events in a month and a half, which is unheard of. So excited for it. Make sure you tune into these things so we can prove that it's worth their time to keep creating these things, right? And I want to talk about one more thing here. New information about Fortnite times Shaq. This skin is dropping here in the next couple of days. There's two skins, Shaq and Super Shaq. Two styles, skin and chain glow red with the style. Super Shaq seems to be a basketball hero skin. The first pickaxe is two-handed and the other one has Hulk fist animations. We still have not seen this skin. It's encrypted. The only thing we've seen is a low quality shot from a Shaquille O'Neal concert. He played it on the screen, a little teaser. So I'll let you know as soon as we get this thing decrypted. Like I said, should be out, I think, October 4th or 5th, depending on your time zone. So, yeah, thanks for using code TheCampingRusher. Thanks for supporting the channel, watching. Touch that like button. Take care. Talk soon. Goodbye.